We're back.
How's it going, everybody? And welcome back to Ready Game Fire, a podcast all about gaming and other kinds of stuff. That's what I said in the first one.
I like it. Symmetry, mirror, cyclical.
It's bad though. That can't be the usual run-in.
No,
it's a sloppy run-in.
Whoa!
We're back.
Celebrations.
Fireworks.
Oh no, Sully, you're already scared.
That was a firework that just went off outside, and that was the Minibosses you just heard, who are still, since day one, providing the soundtrack to Ready Game Fire. My name is Chris Fox, and here with me today are the Prince of Petswood, Stephen Edwards.
Hello, good to be back.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm feeling good about this.
Time will tell, as they say.
Time has told, and it was time, and here we are.
I concur wholeheartedly.
Gaming needed us.
It's big.
And what's that coming over the hill? Is it a power? Is it a power? Yes, it is. It's Mike Power.
And a 1-y, and a 2-y, and a 3, and a Mike!
Yeah, we've been on a hiatus. Right. Steve, what does that word mean to you?
In my band name, me and my mate. Another Steve.
Your band, that sounds exciting.
Yeah.
Tell us about the band.
Two-man outfit.
Yeah.
More of a two-man show.
How many songs did you write, record, practice, and play?
We had a lot of song names.
You had a lot planned.
Not many
You had a lot
songs
I like that.
written.
Done the prep work.
We both got instruments at the same time, and thought, playing like that, never really happened. We had one jam.
Steve Percy was the axe man, and you were the bassist.
Yeah.
He was on guitar.
And everything was ready to go on paper, but it was all just brilliant talk, and not even one ill-fated rehearsal.
No, we had
Jam
one
session.
jam.
Did you really?
Yeah, he brought his guitar around mine, I think, and we had a little. He obviously couldn't play it all.
That is the sweetest thing I've ever heard, because Steve Percy, he is now fallen very comfortably into the role of
Professor.
Teacher with big thick glasses. And did he ruin one jacket, Steve?
You were in two. Yeah, he has got the patches on his jacket. Cool, you got it, yeah.
But you were gonna bring me in for the third album.
Third album, yeah. I was going to say, yeah.
For the special guest drum.
Yeah.
Drummer
Similar
position.
to Grohl on Queen's Stone third album. Songs for Death, yeah. That was there was a lot of similarities with us.
Might be my favourite album of all time.
Oh, it's a big claim that.
They didn't make an album. What are you talking about?
Mike, you know,
nice.
everyone's favourite part of podcasts are the rambly, off-topic bits.
I just felt like we've been off for a long time. Like people come in, they've stumbled off the road down to the podcast lane, and they're like,
and we're easing them in. We can't jump straight down their throats with tonight's hot topic, which is the return of the rhythm games. Now we're gonna be talking about the brand new rock band, the brand new Guitar Hero, and how it's left us feeling. But yeah, we've been away, but we're back. We're back with more content than ever before. We're gonna do our best, come hell or high water, to get you a podcast every 2 weeks.
2 weeks. I'm on it.
And in between these fortnightly podcasts, we're going to have extra snippets, clips, videos on our YouTube channel. Obviously, that's Ready Game Fire. And we want more interaction with you guys.
Listeners.
With the Ready Game fan base.
Yeah.
2 of them. Tony!
Tony's excited.
Goodness!
They got a good name, though. Ready Game Fan Base.
Yeah, there you go. Get that on a t-shirt. So, join discussions at our Facebook page and get at us on Twitter. Where have we been? What have we been doing? Mike, apart from your love affair with Destiny, what have the listeners been missing about your life? Dog?
Got a puppy, yeah, that's absolutely true. Yeah, he's awesome. You see you.
And obviously, I would make a fanboy joke about you naming it after some sort of Uncharted character. No, you'd never do that.
No, I didn't. I literally, his name's Sully, not named after the Uncharted character. My girlfriend named him, and she had no idea. I was like, that's brilliant.
What did she name him after?
She's like the name Sullivan.
You incepted her.
I might have.
Yeah, you did, clearly.
Maybe she plays Uncharted in the background and I don't even know about it. I mean,
It's a good name for a dog, though.
it's great.
I've got to give him that.
So that wasn't named.
I'll give you that.
You're right, that wasn't named.
Great
after,
man, great
it
dog.
wasn't named
Great man,
after
great,
a
yeah.
popular culture.
Do you know what else is a good name for a dog?
What's that?
Drake.
Nolan's a good name. For a
No,
dog.
that's just...
Nolan.
So what did you name your? You got cats, though, didn't you, Chris? So
Yeah, I got two
covering
cats.
that, and they're named after something. sensible.
Mikey and Leo, because they're brothers and they know the ways of the ninja. And
Yeah.
what I meant by the way of the ninja was they certainly know how to chew through all my cables.
Aw.
That's cats.
But it's okay because I'm totally in love with my cats. Steve, you've mainly spent the time away from the podcast moving around, haven't you?
Yeah.
Just been moving here, moving there, moving everywhere.
Yeah.
Also, Steve, you've been shaking your booty in Mario Maker, haven't you?
Hi, little go. Yeah.
Oh, we made a good level, yeah.
Well, it wasn't that good. I saw a list the other day.
Sell it to me, Steve.
No, I saw a list the other day of like it was on Kotaku, I think. It was like 5 things that people do on Mario Maker that infuriates the writer.
Did you do them all?
No. Annie O'Brien, Red Game Fire, she had the first 3.
Yeah, cool.
It was amazing. It was like spawn and enemies already falling on top of you.
Yep.
There was
Enemy coming out the question block.
that was mentioned, and also hidden blocks was mentioned.
Oh,
You've
But
got to
one-
use hidden blocks, so
one
that's
that-
lost levels.
One that
Everything.
I had was too many enemies. It started. I have a lot of enemies, but then I didn't make. Yeah.
Your level's
So
awesome,
mine,
Steve.
it was.
I think
it's a bit silly.
I don't own Mario Maker,
Yeah.
but
Why not?
because I won't play it. But as a game, I think it's amazing it exists. I mean, it's
It's
incredible.
weird how you'll play the exact same game on a Sony console, but won't play one of my highlights of the year.
What are you talking about? The Uncharted collection.
I'm talking about Little Big Planet. You should buy Mario Maker though, because
It's a fantastic game.
your Wii U's sitting there,
I
you
know.
know, and if you don't use it, you're gonna lose it.
Sonny Modi's got it.
And I don't know what that means.
He makes levels.
Yeah,
Sonny's
it's-
levels are great. The
it's,
ice skating one is great.
Yeah, Sonny's
I
got fun.
will find the name of those levels and insert them here.
30 seconds speed skating 7BE 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 2 0 8 AE2 Ghostly speed run 14 seconds to FBB 0 0 0 0 0 0 4 6 CFC 0 Bowser's Fireball Castle 3 2 0 D 0 0 0 0 0 0 D 7 3 8 D 1
And it's not currently uploaded, but search for Shake Dat Booty
Yep.
for Steve's level. I recommend it.
It's a little bit risque, the name, but yeah, it's how,
Yeah,
I,
it's
like,
made
it's how I like to
as
live.
it.
Can you search for level names or do you need the codes?
You must need code. Everyone's always sharing codes. I've seen.
In which case, if you want to play Shake Dat Booty, then enter this code.
9 A 7 9 0 0 0 0 0 0 D 7 F A D 0 to shake that booty.
And while we've been away, I've started my part-time working relationship with 2K.
Hooray!
And now they want me to interview wrestlers.
Oh yeah.
And then I interview the lady ones and get all nervous
They've
and
been,
ruin
they've
it.
been sending you all over the world, haven't they?
They sent me to California to interview Hulk Hogan, and
That's
then he
the
ruined
rest
my show reel by being a racist.
Oh yeah.
They've taken it down.
You have to change your Twitter picture.
They did take the video down. If only someone had saved it.
I wish they had.
And I got to see my first Gamescom, which was really, really cool. Obviously, wasn't expecting much after, E3 you think is the B3 and end all. Yeah, Gamescom was amazing. And
It's big, isn't it? That's what I've heard. That's what I've been.
I think it was also wooed by Germany. Germany was great,
Ooh.
and their food is amazing.
Everyone loves a bit of Germany, doesn't they? E3, vending machines, Coca-Cola. That's a little fact for you.
What?
No, it reminds me every time I get a Coke from the vending machine. E3. Tickles me.
Oh.
I'm like,
But yeah, Gamescom interviewed Daniel Bryan, who is a wrestler whom I love, and was talking to him about the game. He didn't play games,
Shocking.
but he was amazing. And,
Too busy.
and another journo asked him, showed him the best beards in gaming, because Daniel Bryan's thing is he's got a big beard, big old lumberjack beard, and
Great
yeah, they showed
big.
him the beards of gaming, like Robotnik's moustache and the King of the Cosmos's beard, and I was like, that is genius.
King of the Cosmos.
What didn't I think of that?
Because you were too enamoured.
I was gushing over Brian because bless him, he gets a lot of injuries, and I wanted to say how much we love him to his face.
I'm going to grow my beard again. You'll be happy to know it's
Oh my God, Mike! Oh, that was the most important thing while we've been away. Mike grew a fantastic beard, and I fell in love with him a little bit.
There's no doubt it was fantastic.
I was like,
brilliant.
I get it now. I was like, all those women following Mike when he strides through town.
Not a day goes by.
It made sense. It made sense.
With the beard. It's coming back. It's winter time. I've got to wrap up my face.
But
my favourite thing about your personality was the beard.
Well, I mean, guess that's nice.
Your personality is so much better with the beard.
Ooh,
yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
So I mentioned this briefly, but the biggest thing that I think of regarding you and gaming over the last year or so, Mike, is Destiny.
I was going to bring it up. But...
You had a bit of a love affair. I see what you've done with Destiny. You've picked a partner who's so boring and dull that next to that partner you look really interesting. You know, like sort of what Alison did.
With the beard.
Yeah, do you not remember the beard?
And then the beard...
We covered this a minute ago.
The beard came along.
I was going
with the beard.
I was going to mention Destiny in the year recap.
Don't compare Destiny to Mike's beard. The two aren't even in the same realm.
It's a game I wish you guys are stuck with, because playing with people is the thing that keeps me going. We've got a nice little squad of other people we play with.
I'm sorry, I tried.
That's the thing that... No, I don't blame you. The first... It's tough, the first bits, if you're not into it.
Here's my one sentence. The kind of just... I knew it was time to stop. When it's a... You promised so much. It's a brand new game on your brand new console. It's been a year into the console life cycle. You're like, it's time for this new experience that knocked me off my feet. And then it was the palette swap planets.
That was really fun.
And the different coloured robots. And I was
we
out.
turned up and you said it was the third planet, and it was
yellow,
which little flying robots.
Yellow planet.
And you were like, oh, I bet they're blue on this one. And they were.
And they were blue.
And they actually made them explode in the most recent one. So no, they recycle a lot of content, but that game is super slick. And
how many hours do you reckon you clocked on it, Chris? Come to you. Come to you, freak. How many hours as soon as you bought it?
I didn't even make it to level 20, and 20 was the first sort of...
Kicks off.
Yeah, so they say.
Oh, it's not an excuse for a game to...
I was nearly there, though. It felt like we've been playing a lot.
I enjoyed it all.
Another thing, Steve, you can buy this ship. You can change all your ships and upgrade your ships.
And fix this.
And then it just changes what ship you see at the loading screen. And that's literally your ship.
Yeah, that's not the game, isn't it? It's not a space exploration game. It's a very, very good first-person shooter that has evolved a lot.
We're talking about Destiny, not Titanfall.
Oh, Destiny, yeah, for sure. There's a reason people play Destiny, not Titanfall these days.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a thing. I don't think it's anymore.
But in the past, when I've flipped a similar point at you, you've been like, well, yes, I suppose I do like the underloved, underrated, the little gem, really the sleeper hit, the diamond in the rough. I suppose I am quite on the cusp.
And I like Destiny. It's very
good.
I enjoy playing online, enjoy playing multiplayer. It's I've slowed down again because new content's winding down, but I've played a buttload of it.
Well, all I can say is we've barely had a chance to get into the GTA 5 heists on.
Hey, that's not me.
On PS4.
That's not me.
You're breaking my heart right now with all this Destiny talk, because if we'd done that amount of GTA online, I would be a very happy bunny right now.
Hey, I'm there. It's a few other people who we can't seem to ever connect.
It's remarkably hard to get 4 of your mates together to play a fucking online game. Which is unbelievable.
Which is what Destiny does well, is it has a weekly reset, so Tuesday people know there's new stuff is loaded in, and it just gives everyone's mind a little bit on, something else to do that week.
There just needs to be a health warning on the back of the box or in the manual. Warning. It may be stress-inducing to try and get 4 friends to turn on their console at a certain time of an evening.
And not sell their console a day before they're going to play.
Kai!
Kai still
you hear me, Kai?
He's back.
So, yeah.
No, he will be back. We are back, and he will be back. The games that spring to mind for me over this period while we've been away over the last year or so. Rocket League, Mario Maker, as I said, and a really complicated kind of game that I've been really struggling to kind of get any reward out of, and that is navigating your way through the kind of jagged wasteland that is the Xbox One dashboard and the technical faults that... It's a new one every day. Been no Red Ring of Death this generation, but the things my Xbox does is mental. Like, the screen's really dark. Reboot it fixes it. Your icons will fly to the screen when you turn your Xbox on. Sometimes I just get stuck halfway and won't fly to the screen. I'm like, fantastic. Sometimes it doesn't log you in. Sometimes the controller doesn't work. It's outrageous.
New Xbox experience is coming this December.
It's crazy because the Xbox 360, Mike, I know you're a Sony guy, but you know how well that console was made.
Yeah.
aside from the red ring. You go back to it now and you're like, this makes sense. It can do so much that the Xbox One still can't do. It's not acceptable.
I think the Xbox One was made by the same people who made the PS3.
The Xbox One, there was this new group of people featuring Don Matrick. I read an article about them losing all the people who made the 360 great, and it's really apparent, and it's irritating because coming to this later on in our hot topic, I'm tied to Xbox now with my Rock Band because of the fact that Guitar Hero 2 came out first, and since then, because of that instrument, I've always been tied to Xbox. All my DLC is there, all my songs are there, and now I have to play on that piece of fucking shit. It's a living nightmare. I love my PS4.
It's the Windows integration as well. That was the problem when you lost those people, not only who made the 360, but then also people then trying to force in Windows and their kind of app breakdown. It makes it a tricky.
It's a piece of shit console, and not enough people talk about it. It's outrageous. Yeah, I'm sure it plays Halo. Yeah, I'm sure it plays FIFA. But that console is a mess. Internally, God knows what's going on in there. But I don't even want to know.
My big thing is still the external, how it's so much bigger than the PS4. It still has an external power brick, and it's still slightly less powerful.
It's a nightmare. I mean, if it's in any way, shape, or form like Rick and Morty, and instead of the internals of a normal computer, you've got a mini universe of people working to make that Xbox, they are drunk off their asses on something, or smoking some crazy kind of mini universe crack cocaine. I don't even want to know. But my PS4 is sleek, slim, and beautiful. Though I do want to say this, Mike.
I didn't make
and
it.
I know I aim this at you because you're... No. You can't fly the flag for Sony. And when Jamie Rathbone posts in the WhatsApp group, Microsoft has stopped posting their console reports. It's like, oh, good game, good game. You're like a fucking football supporter. We've had a great season. We've done well this season. There's no we. There's you and there's Sony. There's you and there's Sony.
Yeah, I wouldn't deny it.
And to thee I say, Sony, but in this case you are Sony. 2 USB ports. Are you kidding me? I want to shove my Guitaro together. I want to shove my Guitar Hero dongle up the back. I want to shove it up the back because the cats go for that Guitar Hero dongle like a motherfucker.
I bet.
Hold on. You look like you want to mic jack things for a second here.
Classic.
Mic jack! Was that my thing?
You're coming straight in with the return with the new feature.
I think I like the concept of just doing a little look more specifically about what's been going on since we've been gone. That's a song, right?
Yeah.
A lot of stuff.
It's hard not to break into Since You've Been Gone by Rainbow when you keep saying that. So, Mike, these are the biggest gaming shocks since we've been away. Ones that have made us
happiest, ones that made us saddest.
I love it. One each.
Yeah.
Well, since you're mic jacking us right now, Mike, why don't you start?
I think personally, the best thing that's happened is PlayStation domination.
That's my one as
Yeah,
well. How annoying! Damn.
I think
that was my one as well. One of us is going to have to change.
Oh God! I think we should let me go first. I think one of the most interesting things has obviously been, and it's commented on quite a lot.
Can I just say, grown, by the way? You are such... Oh my God.
It's where I like to play games, and I spent 7 years with a console that was underrated, undersold, and under-supported. And now the console I like to play games on is now flying off the shelves. But
this is like your favourite thing in the last 4 years.
Since we last podcast, our favourite gaming news story or thing about gaming in the last year and a half.
I have to say, I was hoping to be surprised by the gaming news that had shocked you. This isn't even news.
It shocked me.
Sometimes one console is ahead of another. It used to be Microsoft, now it's Sony.
So the most recent sales figures are the PS4's almost sold 30 million.
In the last...
The Xbox One is probably... They've stopped announcing what they're selling, but estimates are about 15 million. So it's...
Half and half.
2 to 1.
I heard it was 2 to 1.
It's also PS4 now have the exclusive stuff for COD. All the third parties are flocking to them, and they haven't even released
in the last
any of their
20 years.
But surely you've got to agree with that exclusive content is bad news for the consumer. Just give us the content.
It's no good. It's no good.
But now you're so happy about it now that it's on PlayStation.
I'm not. Especially
it's the weird pride. It's like, Mike, I'm glad you bought a lot of Sony shit.
I got no pride about it. It's just the reason I buy iPhone rather than Apple, even though I don't necessarily like Apple, is because people make stuff for the iPhone. So I like playing games. There's no point getting an Android because you're always going to get games late. They're always going to be underdeveloped and under-supported, and it's nice that the console that I have with the exclusives I love will come out. it's just a necessary evil having these third-party stuff. Yeah, it sucks that that's how they have to do it, but they've done so well securing great content from other people and making the console popular
for those features.
So that when the games I really love come out, more people are gonna buy them, more people are gonna play them. Like what they said, the Uncharted collection came out. Naughty Dog said that they reckon 80% of PS4 owners have never played an Uncharted game. I mean, I love those games, so the idea of more people playing those games, for me, love it.
So
it's
just
a personal thing.
So what is the? So you're happy?
I'm happy that PlayStation's doing so well.
Because if you in the last 20 years,
that
Sony's
shocked me.
console has been the number one for like 15 of those years. It's like,
but
if not more.
But
like,
since I've started caring about games, which is really started
It's
the PS3
like-
era.
I don't know. I don't want to use a sport analogy, but it is similar to like Man United winning the league, and then it's great United win. Yeah, it's like everyone's seen it.
It's the degree to how well they're doing, considering where they were at. And also, it's very interesting. It's interesting, I think, the concept of how...
And this also, remember, it's not like they were like the Dreamcast, which only sold like 10 minutes. It's the PlayStation 3. How many consoles did the PlayStation 3 sell?
The PlayStation 3 caught up with Xbox 360.
I know this.
Way before the
right,
end.
let me...
It's like, Mike, you've got this weird view of Sony that like they're this underdog family-run company.
Nothing to do with my... Okay, let's say it's the perception...
You're like a mother who's looking down at a newborn chick. That's how you look at Sony. It's mental.
Let's say it's not. It's nice sometimes to have... I guess it's nice not to have like... to have to sit there and try and convince people that this thing is good. People actually now go, oh yeah, PlayStation's good. Like,
but again, that was only
PlayStation.
But people had fucked off.
I'm
for
so
like
glad
7
people
years.
know about
They
PlayStation
fucked off.
now. Where's the PlayStation brand been for the last 20 years?
It's
been everywhere.
You could legitimately ask that from 2007 to 2010. You could legitimately say,
for 2 years, PS3 was. But then as soon as
everyone would.
You forget the PSP was very successful.
No, I don't.
Did the Wii not win?
Well,
no, it didn't.
Well, you seem to be forgetting because that's the PlayStation name
but
in
again,
the zeitgeist.
But no, more interestingly, you're forgetting people don't consider it a success, even though it did sell 70 million fucking handheld units.
Well, those people
because
are,
people
are
don't,
wrong.
and people perceive the PS3 as a rubbish console.
Are you talking about Vita or PSP now?
Oh, that's not about Vita. Oof.
So you're saying?
Let's not talk about Vita.
Vita.
I mean,
the Vita didn't.
Let's talk about the Vita.
The Vita didn't sell 70 million.
I'm disappointed with Sony. They should have supported the Vita more. But I mean,
yeah,
hooray for Sony, right, Mike? They're obviously completely infallible, right?
No, not at all. The fact that they are doing well is, and that's the better question. The fact they haven't fucked it up yet is also the other really important thing.
They are bossing it, no doubt.
Can I just say,
Yeah.
if you were, okay, picture this: it's a rainy, stormy Tokyo night. You are lost and you are naked. You don't have a penny to your name, no phone or anything, and you're strolling through the streets of Tokyo.
I don't know how
all lost and confused, and you can see some lights on the horizon. You think, what's that? Maybe some help. You struggle to get towards the light. It's the Sony headquarters, and you're banging on the door. Do you think they're going to let you in and cover you with a blanket and serve you hot soup?
No.
Yeah, exactly right. And then you're like, but all those times, Sony, I've always been there for you, Sony. What about all the love on Ready Game Fire,
They might give him directions to like a homeless shelter.
That would be nice.
They're not completely cold, not heartless.
No, they are a corporation after all.
Yeah, big.
It's purely for my own personal
The receptionist
experience
might
of
be
games.
nice,
Where I'm going to be playing games for the next 5 years. I'm glad it's doing well for a change from when I've been playing games mainly, which has got to PS3.
Sure.
So yeah,
I guess my happiness, I mean your happiness, does matter to me somewhat.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm glad that you're glad.
Good.
But unfortunately, my gaming news that has made me the most sad has been Mike's news that made him the happiest, and that was Sony's quote-unquote domination just then.
And in a very similar domino effect.
I try my best to be as multi-platform as possible.
Sure.
However, nowadays, the flack that Nintendo gets is actually the kind of, and I rise to the defense of Nintendo in the way that you do with Sony, whereas Nintendo are actually in a much worse place.
I don't need to defend PlayStation anymore. That's the point. That's what's nice. They don't need to be sitting there going, no.
Your work here is done, Mike.
Yep, my work here is done.
Hang the cape up. Your work here is done. Kick back, Mike. You can take a day off.
Work. I just get to actually enjoy it.
It's not work, is it? Saving the day for Sony.
No,
it's not work when you love it, is it?
No.
Superhero, Mike. You've always been my guitar hero, my super guitar hero.
Oh.
Steve, have you got anything for us?
Well, having had my PlayStation 1 taken from Mike.
And mine.
I never took your PlayStation 1.
My PC, it's sadly, it's not quite as up to date as once was.
They never are.
High tech, as they say.
Well, now
that's the trainers.
I didn't want to be a naysayer, but around episode 20 is when you bought your new PC.
what a time to be
it was
alive.
great because you played Battlefield 3 on it, and you got the true experience, so you could deliver the news to the people right here on Ready Game Fire. But I was like, oh, but Steve, how long is it going to last? You're like, oh, no, I'm really happy.
Forever.
And now it's already like it's already dead
Forever.
And this is,
Do you know? No, but the real reason I'm really playing PC is my speakers broke.
Oh.
I just haven't really got around to buying new ones, and I can't be bothered.
headphones.
That's rough.
I don't like playing games with headphones on.
Me neither.
Not a
Do
fan.
you use headphones, Mike?
No, I just bought a new pair of headphones. I bought the PlayStation official headphones, of course. Mainly because the microphone apparently quite
God
good.
bless you,
and
Mike.
I got bored of the little earbud thingy.
Mike's
And-
buying those Sony headphones, but in his brain, he's blowing out a wing of the Sony headquarters that's on fire. And they're like, God bless you, power.
He said that's not what's happening.
No, as you're flying away, what's your PSN name again? What would they be saying? Thank you.
Well, everyone always thinks it's Plady Mike Star. So
Plady.
yeah.
There is-
Plady Mike
There is an E missing.
No, it's all the Americans.
That's
The
great.
Americans
Plady
of Destiny.
Mankstar.
Plady
That's funny.
Say
So it doesn't work in any dialect. Okay.
Played.
So, see what was
I was getting there, yeah. So because I haven't bought a new console yet.
Well, this mic talk, I imagine it's going to be an Xbox now or a Wii U.
It would tempting, but it'd be an expensive thing just for spite, so it's not really worth it. But
Hey, you could get the special edition Black Ops console. It's orange and it makes me
I
want to
saw
be
that
sick.
one. Yeah, I saw that on the end of the advert.
They're all rough. Even the Darth
Also,
Vader
the
one.
trailer, or the advert, it just looks like
This is
like
Black Ops-
graphically,
this is Black Ops
just
3 we're talking about.
yeah, it looks very samey. It's not, but graphically, it's
It looks
not
like
you're not
Advanced
blown
Warfare,
away,
right?
are
It's all
you?
futuristic and everyone's jumping around in mechs.
Yeah.
This generation, the only thing that's blown me away graphically has been Arkham Knight. It's a shame that the
So
game
pretty.
was Arkham shite.
Oh.
Tanks, but
Anyway,
no tanks.
we can get to.
Very good game, that Arkham Knight. Very
Is
good.
it?
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh yeah,
so-
getting it. But yeah, so I realised the best console is the Wii. I've decided.
We've gone back.
Right,
We've gone
right,
back to
right,
it.
right.
Any console that's got Super Metroid, Ocarina of Time, Mario 64, Mario Galaxy.
When the gaming excitement dies around, Steve, you revert to your neutral state, which is Nintendo consoles. Isn't it?
Yeah, love
Because
it.
when we came into the gaming industry working for Sega back in, well, I'd already been there briefly in 2005, but when we came back in 2008, we were just Wii kids, weren't we? We were like, you can connect your
God,
consoles
yeah.
to the internet
It
now?
took me so long to get a PlayStation 3. But
And Max laughing in my face. I was like, what do you mean? I can name 10 good games on the Wii.
it's like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Endless Ocean.
Classic discussion.
Yeah, I haven't gone back to that Endless Ocean actually. Interesting little. That was a shame. But yeah, so all right. So what's the topic?
What's your
Keep on forgetting
favourite
it.
news story or thing about gaming that's happened in the
All right,
last year?
okay, yeah. This is more just a personal thing, but
That's fine.
I think I think something's taken over Half-Life as my favourite ever game.
Wow.
Played through Metroid Prime again,
Yeah.
and it's so
Love
good.
it.
It's
That's
so
so
good. I played the whole trilogy. Well, I played the first two,
Yeah.
but yeah, like playing
Wiimote.
Prime
Better
again.
than
Yeah,
Half-Life.
Wiimote. It's tough, but Prime's got that. It's a really just enjoyable game to just chill in as well. I like that contrast. You can have the intense moments of boss fight stuff, but I like games as well. Whereas Half-Life, as great as it is, there's not much other than the
No
opening.
downtime.
The opening
Yeah.
is good, but the rest of it is pretty
Very
intense.
chilled
But
out.
there's like a good mix in that. Of,
There are bits in Half-Life where you don't see enemies for a while, and it's, you know.
yeah, be always waiting. There's always a head crab around some kind of box or something, just jump in your head.
Always in a box.
Always.
Which is nice because in games you smash boxes. And it's
Yeah,
nice
it's
to have a
good.
downside for that.
Prime 1 is definitely in my top.
I don't
I don't know. I just the more I played it and then I was thinking about it every day. It's just brilliant. It's
Amazing.
so good.
So Prime 1 may be your favourite ever game.
Yeah, I think so.
So what may be your favourite ever game, Mike still refuses to play.
Yeah, on principle.
refuses to.
Point blank refuses!
I've ever said no. I've always been intrigued, just never thought how it would
Like,
fit into my.
when the right TV
Mm-hmm.
show that comes along that will complement it perfectly, I'll
still
stick
finished-
it on.
I still haven't finished Sopranos yet.
There
so we
is
could,
no doubt that if in some weird, bizarre situation
Yeah.
Sony released it on PlayStation, you would play it like that, wouldn't you? Like, there's no doubt.
With a move controller, yeah, in VR.
But there's just no doubt it would happen. So
Yeah, it's not
yeah,
gonna happen. It might happen.
shame.
Nintendo were.
Shame.
That was going to be one. I knew I had much better things to think of. Damn it.
What do you mean?
I was going to talk about how great Nintendo have been, even though they're doing terribly. Their decisions recently have been amazing.
Well, rest in peace, Iwata's son.
Oh, absolutely.
If you are going to play Prime, I would recommend the GameCube controller.
I think the controls on Wii are brilliant. I think it works
I always
perfectly.
liked using the Wiimote controller.
It's really good because
Well, then you should play it.
you can just sort of rest it on your
Yeah.
lap.
It'd be nice.
Borrow it.
It'd be really nice to go back.
Borrow it.
Yeah, you can play it on
The
Wii U,
problem
I've got my
is
Wii
it's not.
universe.
It's
inside
long
of
as
it.
well. If I was recommending a new Braid for the first time, it'd be like you can
Oh.
just blast through that. But Metroid Prime is like a 40-hour game. I don't see you ever playing it.
It's really good, though.
It's
It's really good.
It's
Technically an FPS.
It's like the precursor to all this Dark Souls, Bloodborne ones that have been getting number one in Edge and stuff. Isn't it? It's that kind of big open maps that you sort of get new items to open.
I always bang on about this as well, but you feel lonely and isolated, and I dig that.
Prime 1's the only one of them that has that. 2 works it as well, but there's still some funny aliens.
So cheers for that 2014-2015 gaming news there, Steve. Metroid Prime 1.
Always good to shoehorn it in.
2003? Yeah.
I mean, it's topical.
Me? Thanks for asking.
Yeah.
Sure.
Shenmue bloody 3.
Oh.
Big
shout. It's a good shout.
So I'm a retro guy at heart. Been doing quite well with the new consoles. Been jumping on all these betas or whatever the kids are calling them these days. A bit of Street Fighter 5.
Hashtag save the Blanca.
Street Fighter 5.
I'm really worried.
Battlefront.
About Blanca not being sure.
Well, I'm glad, just like you cared about Sony since 2007, I'm glad you've discovered Blanca as well. Street Fighter 4 was like Street Fighter 2. That familiar roster. On the odd numbers, they tend to do something like different, more experimental.
I tend not to play them
which
as
you
well.
should explore.
I used to play Dalsim when I was
by
in Street Fighter 2, so I'm going to go back to Dalsim, I think.
Flawed. Dalsim's old in the new one.
He's got a beard, have you noticed?
He's got a beard. And you're like Alison.
Synergy.
You're like, Alison, get a load of that beard on Dalsim. She's like, oh, that's
Big
hot. And you're like, oh, is it, Alison? That's hot, is it?
What do you know, Alison? That's
No,
what
she
you'll
hates
say.
beards. She's
beards.
optical to the beard.
Well, Shenmue 3 is something we thought would never... I didn't, gave up caring a long time ago because at the end of the second part of a trilogy, you're left wide open on the edge of a cliff, hanging.
Literally?
Yet to complete it.
Yeah, Steve's not
All
as
these
dedicated
years.
as me. But you're talking to a guy who's been to the real Yokosuka in Japan. Did my little Shenmue pilgrimage. But anyway, we're finally getting our concluding part, even though now Yu Suzuki's saying maybe I'll do 4, 5 and 6. No! Bad Suzuki! I've pledged. I've never backed...
There's a Kickstarter, isn't it?
I've never backed anything in my life. It was kickstarted, and some people are annoyed because Sony are involved, but I don't care about any of that negative shit.
Extra finance.
We're getting Shenmue 3.
Just give 4, 5, 6 to J.J. Abrams.
I don't give a... just
like everyone else.
Complete the story. I mean, we're talking Duke Nukem Forever levels of weight and hope. And now that I say that, I really hope it's not going to be disappointing. But let's face it,
because
Shenmue's better.
Duke Nukem was announced. Shenmue was never announced. So now it could turn into a Duke Nukem. From now it takes 12 years, but at least now.
Yeah, maybe.
He released. You see the new screenshots he released from the first update.
I am a backer. I've got my hard physical copy coming in the post, and you, Mike, you're a lifelong Shenmue fan as well, aren't you? You backed it.
Backed it.
Because it's coming to a Sony console, Steve.
Oh, no, it's just sad.
They
should release it on Dreamcast as well. That'd be great. They should make it for the Dreamcast as well.
My main thing was I'm hoping having
Trilogy.
ordered it will when it's announced it'll be coming like right. I've got a period of time to somehow play the other games.
I was going to say I would really like you to impress me by
doing so many things.
Impress me, Mike.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here like some sultan.
I can dance. I can't do either of those
Next,
things.
you boy. Impress me.
What soft lips?
Well, by that I mean by seeking out Shenmue on the Dreamcast, by seeking out a Metroid Prime on the Wii or GameCube. I know it's not as convenient as plonking yourself on your sofa and reaching for your DualShock, which is right there. But
got a new charger.
Come on, man.
It's my plan. I mean, my plan is also hopefully they'll release the HD versions of 1 and 2.
I've got to say that I'm preparing myself. There's no way anything can live up to that kind of hype, that kind of weight. It can't happen.
Are they getting the voice actor back?
Oh, you mean Corey Marshall?
The very same.
Who's following me on Twitter?
Is he?
Wow.
I just said something about. Oh, he challenged Conan O'Brien to a game of Lucky Hit.
Yeah.
And then I said something about darts. # no more darts. And he's like, I'll follow that man.
Oh.
I got followed by one of the voice actors from Infamous Second Son. Played Hank of the Runaway.
One of the voice actors from Infamous Second Son?
Probably, yeah.
Probably! What do you mean?
He's following you?
Yeah.
Wow. You guys are rubbing shoulders with the grapes.
The stars, the giants.
Let's go back. Flip it round. Steve, What's made you sad?
God. What's made me sad is
Half-Life 1 what you're
linked to what my favourite thing was. And it seems to be no Metroid news or Zelda doesn't seem to be coming out either on the Wii U. And that's a bit shit.
So you're not
No.
happy. You're not
Well,
happy
because I
with
would have, I like the Wii U's certainly the most reasonably priced of the modern consoles.
Yeah.
And that was a big,
got that going
a
for
big
it.
tick I had next to its name, along with Metroid with a little smiley face in the O,
With the
and
price,
Zelda.
for the price, you'd get a decent library that you'd
Yes.
definitely have a good
But
time
I
with.
wanted,
Yeah.
I mean, it's always when Zelda and Metroid came out. I was like, oh, here we go.
Yeah,
And
big
now it
time.
sounds like they're not going to come.
I mean, they are doing a right old reversal. Nintendo. I mean, it does seem like that. I mean, almost. I mean, technically, I mean, rightly so, right? It looks like they're pulling the plug and just assuming have the next one, and it's going to be an incredibly short life cycle, and it's going to piss a lot of people off.
just the worry is they're always going to be behind, isn't it? No,
Well,
that's-
but is that hopefully that's what they're trying to do with the new console? Right? They're trying to jump ahead, try and jumpstart it another step forward.
NX looks like it's going to be powerful.
Yeah, that's
'Cause
Nintendo's next on the console.
It looks like third or fourth time round they will learn their
it just
lesson.
feels like they're.
Too little, too late.
Yeah, I just don't think the people that bulk buy PlayStations now and that bought Xbox 360 previous generation are never going to really
No.
care about getting a Nintendo console.
They're not.
So
It's too late. The FIFA Sutherlands who
yeah,
come into fucking game stores every year and trade in the last year's COD and the last year's FIFA for the new game, like a new Nintendo console coming out, because even if they tried their best, they're not going to penetrate these people's minds with here's an HD Nintendo console, you can play your FIFA on it and you can also play Mario. They don't give a shit
Yeah, exactly.
about Nintendo.
but they're the.
You go into shops these days and the Nintendo section is so small. It makes me want to cry a bit. The only thing smaller is the Vita section.
They need to.
There's,
They started third party.
yeah, I mean, that's a big issue.
That'd be
but
the dream,
you
wouldn't
need,
it?
you need the sales to get third party. That's what you see with Xbox 360.
No, I mean
So,
if
yeah,
they
yeah,
became a third party.
Oh yeah, of
stop-
course, yeah.
Stop.
They're not
making
going to come
consoles.
soon. But the interesting thing I think is that there are people who will buy Nintendo consoles. The 3DS sold 35 million.
Yeah, there will be people.
That is
that-
so that there is an audience there. I think the problem with the Wii U is it because of its interface and it underpowered. It also alienated the people who would have bought it. People love Nintendo, Mario and Zelda, but they're not going to go. And also, there wasn't a big Mario, or big
It does
Zelda.
seem.
The Wii U was a big issue, and I don't think it's too little. I think they can do this. I think the last 6 months they have done some incredibly smart and exciting stuff. Mario Maker is a game you'd never have thought Nintendo would
Yeah.
make. They're making mobile games now, and they just need to release their new console next year with Zelda. There's still hope for sure.
It does seem weird that like we're talking about them like this, and like they won the previous generation technically. And they sold
Technically in sales, but I think we always said, didn't we? Right? That it's
and
kind of
in
a-
best games
oh yeah,
as well.
Yeah, for sure.
and smallest console, best value,
Least Wi-Fi capabilities.
longest wire. They won loads of categories, and here they are losing for years later.
They made it was the Wii U was like what, like too much of a halfway gap.
DVD player. Do you think that would have helped? Blu-ray player.
Bluebees.
Something new. I think.
If you get a Blu-ray, I mean, it doesn't mean anything to us because we've got now so many ways to play Blu-rays in our house. You know, it's insane. I popped one in the toaster the other day and had a great time. But say the next time around, you say there's hope. Oh, I hope so. I mean, I'd obviously love it. Like I said, I'm always leaping to Nintendo's defense. Because talk to a normal gamer, like say 21 years old, like they'll laugh at Nintendo. You little whippersnapper, show some respect. You wouldn't be here with your fucking League of Legends if it weren't for Mario back in '85. A great year.
Legends.
So if there's some kid 5 years from now, 3 years from now, whatever, buying a console, maybe they would buy an NX if it did Blu-ray, if it did. Oh, they already have Netflix and YouTube on there, iPlayer as well. So it is that kind of all-one media experience for your kid's bedroom or whatever.
The next one is not going to sell like massively, but it should do better than the Wii U. It should, because there's what 35 to 40 million. If you add Wii U and 3DS, there are these fans, this group of fans who like Nintendo games, and that's 40 million, 50 million consoles for its sales is a good amount. They can do that. They can do that again, and they just need to get it right.
They just butter up Activision, get that exclusive Call of Duty
DLC. That would do it.
It would do it.
Be glorious.
But they need to be powerful.
One
they need to be
free
popular.
Black Ops 1 map when you buy the
One
NX.
Well, yeah.
That'll get them in.
Give them Nuketown 2.0 for the next Black Ops, exclusively for the first 6 months on Wii U 2. The Wii U 2. That's what it's going to be called. But yeah, and give them voice chat.
Oh.
How exciting would it be?
Get U2 on board as well. They love look how successful Apple became when
U2
no
came
one
down
had an
on board.
iPhone
No one had an issue
until
with that.
U2.
You boot up your NX, there's a free copy of the new U2 album on there.
Oh,
Oh, relevant. That happened while we were away. It made me sad. But speaking of that, Mike, what's made you sad?
So from I was racking my brain thinking, oh my god, Uncharted 4 getting delayed. That
Sony-
was pretty sad.
Sony not being further
But I
ahead.
remember thinking, I've got to go deeper. There's got to be.
Sony could have destroyed the competition.
There's got to be more, and I think
Respect!
without doubt, the thing that's definitely made me the saddest, angriest in the gaming space in the last year and a half is the Gamergate movement, and all of that shit. It was, and I say it was as if it stopped. It hasn't stopped, and it wasn't not there even before it happened. The movement that sprung up suddenly because there seemed to be a change.
Women.
They're becoming a better representative of women, and it seems to be improving. It seems to spark some kind of outrage that already existed, but kind of gave it like a figurehead in this horrible movement about ethics in journalism that actually was a lot of chauvinist men, a lot of sexist men getting very angry and scared about their hobby changing pretty much.
You women and your ovaries coming here ruin my games with your your menstrual cycle, women. Can you keep your hymens out of my Call of Duty, women? God damn it! I'm trying to kill some dudes and your boobs.
Boobs everywhere.
You don't understand me, women. It's gaming and it's for boys.
Bloody menstrual cycle.
Here's the most heartbreaking thing about the Gamergate thing is, and now before you jump down my throat, let me finish. There is arguments on both sides. However, there is only one side that contains the abusive, threatening, misogynist arseholes. Now, we all remember what it was growing up like to be a nerd, apart from you, Mike. You made the decision to be the nerd around 97, 98 when the 64 came out. You threw your American football helmet and shoulder pads aside. You went, this jock life ain't for me.
I had some football stickers.
I'm going to pick up... they're still on my cupboard door back at home. And you're like, I'm going to do this nerd thing. But yeah, growing up, as a nerd, you were with your male mates, and I remember getting a lot of flack from a lot of girls for being into that kind of side of things. However, the nerds who grow up and still believe, hey, just because maybe in the isolated world that I lived in as a kid, pre-internet, I thought that all girls hated gaming and they ostracized men who liked games. That's not actually the case. It's maybe one girl gamer to how many guy gamers?
It's like 3. It's not.
The more girl gamers you see, I really, really love it.
Any
instant of gaming, any instant of gaming, I love. But yeah, so you can understand kind of nerds that have grown up like that, always ridiculed by girls. Sure. Don't obviously know how to interact with girls and are used to being very angry on their keyboards on the forums online. So, I'm not condoning that. You can, however, see that. But do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
At least you can get into the mind of those people. Secondly, when people talk about ethics in gaming journalism and you think, oh, stop deflecting. It's about misogyny. We know it's about misogyny. Stop deflecting. And then you think, is there an argument in the ethics in gaming journalism? A lot of websites are now talking about their code of ethics, and why am I buying Assassin's Creed 3 when it's a 9.9 with fireworks going off on the website going, oh, it's the best Assassin's Creed ever, and I want to smash it up with my fist in my back garden, because even though I'm going to have a bloodied hand by the end with bits of jagged CD in it, it would be more fun and interesting than playing the game. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
The other thing that's interesting about obviously Gamergate is that it's not actually isolated, of course. It's just sexism that exists the world over, of course, and it's just in our culture, because so many people are probably of a younger persuasion and are more tech savvy. They're able to use these channels to abuse and terrify people. And
it's these kids, don't forget, have grown up in a zero consequence world. If I can write any kind of thing on my keyboard, it goes off into the internet space, and then I wipe my hands of it and walk away. They don't think about a person being on the other end of it. They just don't. I was in a heated argument with some twat on Twitter telling me that it wasn't about hating women, it was about ethics in journalism. And he said, it's about... I was like, tell me exactly what you're trying to change in journalism. And he said, nepotism in journalism. Everybody, everyone's mates, blah, blah, blah. And I went, oh, you're annoyed with friends getting their friends' jobs? That's every industry. Yeah. That's every industry. It's always about who you know. So that's what they're also talking about. And I'm afraid that's the world. It does suck. Yeah. But that's the world.
That also does extend to the sexism part of it. Again, it's not an isolated thing. Women! Gaming, it's just like I said, I think it's because the people in this space that interest is gaming and tech. Not only is that an incredibly male-dominated thing anyway, so that makes it a difficult thing to get into, they're also very able to and used to using technology and social media to get their point across, and that came across horribly in this incident, just kind of sparked by some possible outrage between some reviewer maybe reviewing his girlfriend's game. Total bollocks as a reason to start, but people rioted from it.
Women, though, get out of the gaming space, girls. It's not for you. It's for me and my boys and my guns and my footy. I hate women and I like footy. FIFA, FIFA, FIFA number 1. Oi!
Mad. Gone absolutely mad.
Steve, you're always singing that. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
So, Chris, what made you sad?
Well, I'll tell you what's worse than misogyny and threats to women that actually say, I'm coming to your house, and the women then have to leave and call the police. I'll tell you what's worse than that. And that's £40/$60 season passes. Boo!
Well, it depends on the content they provide.
That's an arguable point. However, it always takes one company, doesn't it? EA gets so much flack, where like Sony being the sort of like magical wonderland in your mind might compare to like the evil Mr. Burns type run Microsoft. All those companies are as bad as each other. Yeah. They're all corporate entities, which I'm not saying is a bad thing, but obviously the bottom line is money.
Yep.
And so EA get a lot of stick, like I said, and they did the online passes first, and then it caught on. Someone was going to do the $60 season pass first, and what did it turn out to be? Our beloved Rocksteady with their Batman pass for you can drive the Tumbler on certain driving missions and not in the main game. Oh, and you won't be taking Harley out of this one little map. It's outrageous. It takes one, and then the rest of them go, well, I guess we can do it as well. Yeah. And now they're fucking everywhere.
But they will, I mean, the backlash has been strong enough, I think they'll curtail it. I mean, the big problem with these is, I think, communication, right? A lot of people will just say, hey, that was the Batman one, especially when they announced, they said, hey, it's $60 season pass for all the content, which is a lot of money. Usually it used to be like 20 quid when they first started happening. And they didn't say what would be in it. They just expected, it was kind of an arrogance thing, right? They expect people to just go, and $60 more, please. And people went, fuck you. And they actually had said, shit, there's going to be this, and this.
That's not what happened. People did. They did pay.
But they actually backlashed, and they made them at least change their announcement stance.
It wasn't loud enough, because now $60 season passes are everywhere. They're ubiquitous, which means enough idiot paid. I don't know if they're just like so used to handing over their money so readily, but these season passes are out now and people are buying them. And if it makes those people happy, maybe I've got nothing to complain about. Yeah. But I think it's fucking disgusting, because I was the guy who's going, hey, if the DLC is stored on the disc, that's not a bad thing. Just because it's on the disc and you have to pay to access it, that's okay. But I should have had a little bit of foresight. Mm-hmm. It was only going to get worse, and it's going to continue to get worse.
The only problem is if they are, and it's always been this issue, people always kind of get a bit confused on, but it's if they are making games purposefully a bit shorter. It's that I think people should be afraid of that idea of a conversation happening, like, oh man, and we should have this really cool bit where they get on a jet ski and go over a waterfall and fight some dogs. And this idea of someone stepping saying, what if that was DLC? That, I think, what people were scared of. And that, I think it should be a concern, because every company has a right to sell the product that they want, how they want it. But it's the way it changes so much. And the fact that people do start to think stuff's being sold off extra when it should be included. That's a tricky one. Communication, I think, is important. Fallout 4, they've announced their past. I don't know how much it costs.
Yeah, but
they've been very upfront and said, Bethesda have a track record, right? Of
Bethesda deliver great DLC, and people should have known with Rocksteady that it's going to be costume packs and challenge maps.
But then they did. Then they have the right to pay the money however they want. So I know it sucks that it's there, and it's probably on Rocksteady to make better.
Well, these people clearly shouldn't be in charge of their own money.
Yeah,
they should give their money to me, and I'll look after it for them.
Prices will get them out of hand, but if the content's there, then technically it's still a good deal.
Not everyone's a Bethesda, and unfortunately, there's going to be shining examples like Bethesda, and then there's going to be
Rocksteady's.
I feel bad slagging off Rocksteady because I've loved their two previous Batman games.
Arkham City are very weak.
Let's touch on Night for a bit. I stopped playing it and I keep wanting to go back into it, and then I think about everything I've been told about bosses that you've loved and have made me very excited to fight again, are just in their own I don't want to play it. It plays like a bad driving game, half a trip down to Quasar with your laser guns. Also in a tank.
I loved it. I thought it was spot on. There was a bit too much tank stuff, but I thought the tank stuff actually worked quite well and at least felt different.
No, yeah, it does work. but I wanted a Batman game.
Yeah, no, true. And yeah,
it's a great tank sim.
They lent way too much on it, but then at the same point, we'd already had 3 Arkham games, so in a way, it kind of made when you did get back to the combat a little bit more like, oh, we're back to this again. But there were some disappointing encounters, and but generally that game's presentation was astonishing. Like,
yeah, it looked amazing.
And the way they used, there's some characters they would introduce that maybe would appear and disappear to say, and the way the camera would pan around and they'd be there and it would then move again and the whole scene would have shifted. It's really, really incredible made game that had a big problem, I think, but I really loved it. That was really good. And I battened that one as well.
Battened it.
Yeah, that's platinum.
I thought you said that. I guess I think you were saying there's been a massive backlash every time during the thing as well.
Well, I should have. I'm clearly off my game if I wasn't.
I was trying to think of a new way to sort of intro this main topic bit, but I've not really come up with anything.
Want me to do my 1 and a 2 again?
No, please don't do that again. I think the hot topic should have been, I think the hot topic should have been. Fucking hell, this is so stupid. I think the hot topic's been downloaded or installed. I think the hot topic's installed and ready to go right now, guys. Gaming, right? Oh, fuck me.
I like it. If you can keep a straight face, I think you can pull it off. I think you can do it. Just deliver it. I think he's written something that he liked when he wrote it, and now it's a bit more sure. But I think it's alright.
No, this wasn't even good enough to write down.
Yeah.
Well, I think the hot topic should have been. So that's what made us happy, and that's what made us sad in the last year in gaming while we've been away. And I think the hot topic should have been. Fucking hell, God, good Lord!
It's all staying in.
I think it should stay in. Well, that's what made us happy and sad over the last year in gaming. And who's to say you keep your head down, Steve? You're in the hot seat.
It's the way the face goes.
Like
Where he's doing the thing with Keith, and he goes,
Yeah, my feet.
"Shamon."
Well, that's what made us. Well, that's what's.
Bishop Muzawairo.
Always good. So those are our thoughts and feelings over the last year in gaming while we've been away, and I think the hot topic should have downloaded by now. It's 2010. The rhythm genre landscape is a busy, confused clusterfuck of its former self. Or cluster dick, as autocorrect would have you believe. And your average video gamesman, or woman, had long ago lost interest in the living room rock star phenomenon. What had been a casual, usually alcohol-fueled evening of plastic instrument goodness was now a ubiquitous, gimmicky, tiresome affair. The hardcore remained faithful, and were still playing when Rock Band 3 and Guitar Hero Warriors of Rock released in late 2010, but the end was clearly on the horizon. There were 25 iterations of Guitar Hero alone in 2009.
That always freaks me out.
What? No.
Yeah, no.
In 2009?
Yeah.
Guitar Hero alone, not even Rock Band.
It was the portable
Or anything else.
Portable ones and mobile.
That's insane.
Imagine portable, mobile, the different SKU. Yeah, it's great.
Wow. That's brilliant. Good going. Say a milk
Good
a
on
dead
you,
cow,
Activision.
innit?
Shortly after the release of those two titles, EA dropped the Rock Band franchise like a used cigarette on a rainy Chicago evening. Activision announced there would be no more hero games after the negative reaction to Warriors of Rock's weird aesthetic, on top of the whole state of the rhythm genre at the time. And then there was nothing. Nothing could be heard on the rhythm game front aside from the sound of Chris drumming along in a room previously filled with Rock Band hero enthusiasts that was now desolate and empty. And of course the occasional button taps of Rock Band Blitz. But that brings us to 2015. Why this wasn't in Back to the Future 2, I don't know, but it's time for the two contemporary rhythm genre behemoths to make a comeback. Don't call it a comeback. Or rather, don't make it a comeback, especially if your name is Rock Band 4. Let's talk rhythm games.
Kapow!
How was that? How was it?
It's good, really
Right,
good.
set the scene. I like the Back to the Future reference as well, very topical. That was a big deal.
It is weird. This is going to immediately date the podcast, but
On the day everyone was freaking out about it, I was like, I think we're making too big a deal of this. And it was when someone actually said, actually Alison said it first because she's a bigger Back to the Future fan than I am. But she was
she
the first one to point
is
out to
the
me.
best one by far,
She
isn't she?
said, But the deal is that now everything they have in Back to the Future is in the past, and that's when I was like, what?
I know.
No, we're not making a big enough deal of this.
So I think it's really hit home.
Yeah.
The next big date for me is 2032, which is Demolition Man.
Sure.
Demolition Man. I'm sure someone said there's one in like 2019 coming up. So
Yeah, what was it?
I can't remember now. Rathbone.
So it's 2015. They're both out now. Guitar Hero Live and Rock Band 4. I think we could have waited longer. And this is me saying this. I'm a huge fan of those games. I think we could have waited longer. I didn't think the public would have been so quick to like readopt those plastic children back into the living rooms. Have they not?
I mean, it doesn't seem like it, right? I mean,
I had a word with my friends in retail. No, it hasn't looked good. Mad Catz making the Rock Band instruments, but they've also published Rock Band this time around. And I read somewhere that basically the kind of success and sustained existence of the company all rested on the Rock Band launch. Mike, thoughts on the Rock Band launch?
It wasn't good. It wasn't good at all. Not just looking at the fact that the game itself is incredibly similar to Rock Band 3, but I've never bought a game and been so unsure of why I needed it. I had Rock Band 3, and I had all the songs. Problem with Rock Band 4 fundamentally is that if you're coming fresh to this game, the set list on the disc not so great.
Oh my god, that's putting it mildly.
The experience and look of the game not even as good as 3, not as feature filled, and not even as pretty, I would say, in terms of the menus and all that stuff. So the actual game itself not so great. But why not? You bring in all your stuff to PS4. As opposed to someone's got a massive PlayStation Rock Band library, great. I want it on PS4 because I'm playing it. But then, of course, my songs didn't load. I would buy songs. I bought them new, and they still aren't actually on the... It let me buy them, and then wouldn't let me download them. Apparently, this is a very European issue, actually. It's very specifically European PS4. They're the only ones who are still...
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, apparently, America PS4 and America Xbox is fine now. Europe Xbox is pretty much there.
That's awesome.
But Europe PS4 has only got about a third of the actual library exists.
If only we knew someone we could blame for that.
Jason Nani!
So
that's how your experience has been on the Sony side. Me being tied to Xbox, as I said before, I had a Rock Band launch night planned, and I had 2 copies of the game pre-ordered so that I could get the adapter that allowed me to play all of my old Xbox 360 instruments on the new console. That happened automatically on PlayStation. Very jealous, because people show up at my house for a Rock Band launch night, and with my tail between my legs, I say, sorry guys, I can only offer you one guitar at a time. I'm being laughed out of town after that Rock Band launch night party.
It's a successful Rock Band launch night when you finish the night playing Mario Maker.
Yeah,
playing Mario Maker.
I mean, it's...
and people made their last trains, Mike. Don't you worry about that. But like you were saying, even though everything you said is true about Rock Band 4 being so similar to its previous iterations, that doesn't bother me because I'm a fan. It's one of the only ways I can play the drums. Kids, don't take up the drums. When you get to be an adult, you can't play. Don't take up the drums. Play the guitar. So anyway, the only way I can drum is on Rock Band. So I'll always play Rock Band. I've been playing it while they've not been coming out. I've been buying more DLC and I've been drumming because it's how I drum. But even though that is not a problem for me, I've still noticed it. You're like, wow, this feels not exciting on you in any way, shape or form. The problem for me has been the fact that they've fucked this launch. So I was expecting that adapter that was coming out. Now, I have always loved harmonics like I nearly said like a fat Mike loves Sony, only because it's a fat kid loves cake. Like a thin Mike loves Sony.
A bearded Mike.
I love harmonics like a svelte Mike loves Sony. And that is genuinely what Mike looks like these days. That sweater is hanging off you. Hey, maybe that Spider-Man shirt I'll get
nice
you.
Sweater, actually.
Maybe that Spider-Man shirt. Was it a problem that it just didn't fit before that I never saw you wearing it? Or do you think will it fit now?
Why.
Oh no, he never wears it, Steve.
It's a bedtime t-shirt. I love it.
Oh, they're the best, aren't they? Bedtime
Yeah.
I've got loads.
They'll last forever.
All bought by me. I just buy people bedtime shirts.
Yeah, lovely.
It's like we're sleeping with you.
Oh gosh.
After that, that's when we need video for those looks I just gave you, Mike. After I bought you that same shit, different day, that's one of mine. After I bought you that on a shirt and you said it got shrunk in your mum's wash, I was buying you baggy. As I said, EA dropped Rock Band. So without the publishing might of EA, the launch went almost as badly as it possibly could have. Like I said, I was promised. I had my pre-order for the edition that came with the adapter to make all my old instruments work. Coming up to the launch date, I look at my Shop 2 pre-order. it's next month. I call them up. I was like, I think there's a typo.
Oh.
It says that the adapter's coming out in November. They go, no, that's when it's coming out. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? What about my launch party?
Yeah.
The premiere launch party.
And they just said, it's what we've been told. They don't have enough stock, blah, blah, blah. Now, I was in contact with like the community guy at Mad Catz about this. I was like, I've got some questions for you, man, leading up to launch. He's like, no worries, far away. And I'm like, cool. Can I get the adapter separately? Oh, this is laughable now. I was like, can I get the adapter separately in this country, or do I have to buy another copy of the game? Buying it with another copy of the game now seems like some sort of crazy paradise land.
I know, right, yeah.
But I asked him that, a couple of other things, and just didn't get a response. And I'm like, that's worrying. But I didn't put two and two together then. And then I'm like, oh, right. He knows it's fucked. He knows that there's no product coming out. He knows that, not even Amazon, not even Game, no one had the copies with the adapter. My parents are in Florida right now. They've got the adapter. I ordered it there separately as well. So at least in America, you can get the adapter separately. They'll be bringing it back 2 months after my launch party. Do you think people are still...
Relaunch.
I think people want to play my level again.
Yeah, the stuff...
Amazing, Steve. So yeah, it's not been the lack of fun within the game, although that is there. It's been the piss poor launch and the classic problem of not in any way, shape or form being a transparent company and not communicating with the consumer, saying, hey guys, this is what's happening. Harmonix are doing that now. They're being very like patch notes. Yep. Steve, time to bring back patch notes news because there are Rock Band patches out the wazoo right now. So yeah, it's happening now, but god damn it. I'm a huge Harmonix fan, and I've been burned, and now I don't feel great when I think about Harmonix or Rock Band.
I don't think we should hold Harmonix to the fire, really. I mean, or anyone really. I mean, it
feels like a rush game, Mike, doesn't it? It feels unfinished.
The most rush game I've probably seen in a long
unfinished.
Time. But I mean, you can see where it's come from, right? Because Harmonix want to bring it back. They want to get in bed with Mad Catz because to us, no one else want to touch it. It sounds like a great deal, right? These guys make the game, they got the money, we'll do it. But then you can imagine Mad Catz like, well, we've got to get it out pretty soon because Guitar Hero's coming. Yeah. This shit's going down. We're getting it out this year. Harmonix, what the fuck can they do? They had to make the same game again. The stuff they added, which was very minimal, was all great. And it was the glimpse of what could have been if it had just been made properly.
So it's clear from the way the games have turned out that Guitar Hero was clearly on the assembly line first, and word got to Harmonix that was happening. Yeah. And I remember filling out a Rock Band survey not too long ago on the Harmonix site saying, what do you like? And I'm like, they would tick the box, and it was like, I want to use my old instruments, I want access to and I've got a vast library of DLC songs. I want this, I want that, blah, blah, blah. And when I was at Gamescom,
name redacted,
was saying, I was banging on about how excited I was about Rock Band. He was like, yeah, I know Harmonix have said all that. I don't believe them. And I was like, what are you talking about? He said, that I don't believe them. And I said, you don't understand. You're going to be able to use your old instruments. He said, I don't believe them. I was like, what do you mean? You're going to have all your DLC? He said, I don't believe them. And he was bloody right.
That's the crazy thing. They have...
He was right.
They technically have. Technically, the instruments do work. Technically, all the songs are there. They're right, but they're also... not, because like you say, your instruments couldn't work with the adapter. My songs don't work, they're not there.
Yeah. I applaud when these games give you, even if it's only to a minor extent, what?
I just remembered the solos.
Yeah.
Because
you remember the 1E and a 2E introduction.
No, but the solos are just hilarious. Because you're just going... I was just pissing myself the whole time because it's ridiculous. Yeah. Like, I forget what song we were playing, but the noise I was making over the top of it was stupid. It was
so with the solos, you can it's done it now. So it's
they're great.
Replication of doing a solo. It gives you an option to freestyle it with all these weird techniques.
Great. They're so great. And like I said, even to a minor extent, any kind of creativity these games give you. Like, I'm a drummer, doing my own solos, and the older games are great. Now audio lag prevents that from happening. Oh, no. But the freestyle solos on guitar, I mean, I don't know how Harmonix have done it. You got to still give them their due. Yeah. They've made the guitar the most exciting instrument again because of the solos. It sounds great no matter what you do. You can do the tutorial and it'll give you visual instructions to nail a solo. Yeah. But fuck that. People are drinking, they're playing Rock Band, they're going to do whatever they want. It always sounds good. You can play any song you want in freestyle solo mode and solo through the whole song, and You can actually make some really interesting tunes and sounds. It's cool. It really is cool. Like I said, it's not creativity to any kind of major extent, but it's cool and it's enough. And like Steve said, it's hilarious when you're playing with a group and someone goes into solo mode. Like Ready Game Fire's own Annie O'Brien had the guitar behind her head during Hysteria, nailing some sort of solo that I've never heard, that no human ear has ever heard. And it was music history was made that day. I was crying with laughter on the drums. So good. They nailed it. And you think, God, if they had more time, there'd be more of this. Because tour mode is same old, same old. Fucking the voting system is great, you'd think, when you've got a whole band. However, when you just jump in to do one song by yourself at the end, it's like, hey guys, what do you want to vote for next? There's one of me. You know there's one of me. Say quit, next song, or whatever. You know, I'm voting for no encore using the drum pedal in a room by myself, and then it's going 6, 5, 4. You don't want to play Little Respect by Erasure. Come on.
The solos, I think purposely entirely encapsulated the point in Rock Band, right? Was to do the smallest amount that approximated playing real guitar and then make it awesome. And that is what they nailed there. They made that, and that's how you first felt when you played the instruments. Like, it's tapping stuff, and it's kind of sounding great.
They're kicking themselves for not doing that instead of the whole pro guitar fiasco, back with Rock Band 3.
Do you remember what song you freestyled over?
I'm desperately trying to remember. It was so unfitting to the song, and it was like just a quite and suddenly solo came up, and I just started flicking this quick song, and it's like I was pissing myself. I couldn't stop laughing because it's so. It's just
you do feel like you're doing something, right?
Yeah.
It's not also you're doing something.
It sounded terrible. I
think you can make it sound bad. That's one thing, you can make it sound bad.
I was adamant that I was doing it completely wrong.
Yeah.
I was like pretty much only holding one button, just flicking the thing as fast as I could.
Sounds great. It sounded great to me.
And if they'd had that level of ingenuity across the whole thing, and
I mean, poor communication, and not everything's their fault, as you said, Mike. They didn't have the huge publishing power of EA. But then you plan accordingly.
Yeah, right.
You don't spunk your whole budget on Uptown Funk, because that's what happened. It's like, hey guys, Uptown Funk and 70 billion other songs from all unsigned bands that no one's heard of. Not even the members of the bands themselves, families. Yeah. They've not heard the music that these bands make. And yet, like you said, Mike, a newbie going, I've heard of this Rock Band thing. I might jump in now on 4. Yeah, what did the old games have? Hysteria by Muse, a little bit of Alice in Chains, Man in the Box. Hey, Weezer, Say It Ain't So. What's this new one? Oh, it's the Jeff Garvin with I Wanna Funk That Girl. It's like, no one knows you, Jeff Garvin.
It's, the solution was...
Who's Jeff Garvin?
The solution was they should have basically made it a free-to-play game. They should have released the Rock Band platform to download. Make sure all your DLC is available. If you've got it, it's playable. If you've got the previous ones, you import it. But then someone new downloads Rock Band. It's on their console, and then they got 1,000 songs to download. Yeah, it would still probably be a very bare bones experience, but they could at least have that free entry into the game, bought any songs they wanted, rather than force you to pay 60 quid to buy the same game again with a terrible library.
We're going to move over to Guitar Hero in a bit,
Definitely.
but that'll come back into play in a second. But one thing I'll say that is good is weekly DLC is back, because back in the day I used to love checking the Rock Band store on a weekly basis, and it's not been too bad. You've got a bit of In Excess on there. Ooh. You've got some of my favourite Aerosmith songs. We're talking Eat the Rich, yeah? And Eat the Rich wasn't in Guitar Hero Aerosmith.
Yeah, that's bizarre.
That's what you need to say?
Unbelievable. Guitar Hero Aerosmith is about one of their albums from the 70s. Anyway, when you're on tour and you select a gig, and even if you're like me and you, Mike, and you've got a huge DLC library, whether you've got access to those songs or not, you've got a huge DLC library. But no, you go and play a little gig in Paris, and it's like, here, you can play The Who, or you can play Paramore, or you can do a medley of the two. Yeah. It's like, no. How give me my song library. Yeah. If you need to get rid of some because maybe this is supposed to be a more expert gig, you want to give me metals, anything. That's fine. But every single gig, like in the reviews, they're like, God, I can't wait to get the DLC, because every single gig on tour you're doing the same songs because you're limited to the on disc library. And like, God, that won't be a problem for me. And yet it still is. Oh my gosh.
real disappointment. The whole thing, but it still is the same great game that's there. So it's there for me now. I just need to.
Well, they said this is now a platform, and Rock Band 4 is going to be the last big release.
Yeah.
It's going to improve. Obviously, it's going to improve. There's going to be patches. There's going to be stuff added down the line. Keyboard support will come back, stuff like that, and it'll build from here. But launches. Companies these days, publishers, they don't seem to think that launches matter. They don't seem to think that they need to have their games working on launch day. And fans remember.
Yeah.
I'm a long time Harmonix fan. I've been burned badly by this because I'm dropping a lot of cash.
Yeah.
My drum kit's knackered. I have to buy the band in the box. I've dropped a lot of cash on this, and I expect certain things when I've paid that kind of money. Now, I was looking forward to Rock Band as a feverish Harmonix fan, and I was kind of laughing a little bit at Guitar Hero. I was like,
You were?
they're using the mega CD approach of FMV games, and the camera pans to some guy and he's about to punch you, and it's like, press the A button, and, you know, or Road Avenger, hit the gas.
Yeah.
You realise when you get a bit older that it's just basically a VHS that's playing. And if you press B on the Mega Drive pad, it will pause the game and you'll die, quote unquote. So I was like, holy shit, this is going to be an absolute laughing stock. Saw it a bit at Gamescom, didn't have Hands On. It was the same band we'd seen in the Hands Off, the Ginger Douche. I've still not played that in the game.
I love so many people in Guitar Hero.
But I thought this is going to be a joke. At the same time, I was like, at least they're trying something new. That's cool. It looks like shit. It's not going to be for me. As much as I love rhythm games, it's not going to be for me.
Yeah.
Then it came out.
Have you had a chance to play Guitar Hero Live yet?
Is that the name of the whole game?
I mean, that's the real question, isn't it? I mean, the interesting, just to break it down, Guitar Hero Live, so that's it's all new. None of your old content comes across. The guitar is structured differently. You've got 3 buttons on top, 3 on bottom, so the guitar feels different to play. And yet in the game, there's 2 different bits, right? There's Guitar Hero Live, which we touched on just then, which is the bit where you play as a band in front of this live audience.
Yes, I have done that. Yes.
And that's like the campaign mode, basically, and really that's what at first they were all talking about. I thought that was the whole game. And they do have the separate mode, which is the online component that has like a music video library of you don't own the songs, you play them as you go. So you have these 2 different bits. But the big one was obviously the Guitar Hero Live section, which is you're playing in front of a live audience. It's pre-recorded. If you play badly, they start screaming at you. If you play well, they start cheering for you.
I did play. Yeah, you do a tutorial at the start. I seem to recall.
Sounds like a lot of games.
Fat roadie.
I mean,
You say
love
the roadies.
Yeah, the fat roadie, of course, yeah.
Roadies.
And I was like, I was paying attention, sort of, not really paying attention.
Yeah.
That was my mistake. And because it's like black and white, isn't there?
Yeah.
And then when they threw me into the gig, I was like, is top or bottom white again?
Yeah,
I can't remember. And the first 35 seconds of the song, I didn't play a single note.
Yeah.
And I was getting the coldest stares from the crowd. And I was like shocked, but I turned it around. Played a bloody good gig.
Yeah.
In the end. Yeah. Saved it.
So I got the brown M&M's. Steve went on stage and did a great show.
Did a bloody great show. It was really fun, but I preferred the other mate.
Interesting. That's really surprising. I mean, that's what's really interesting. The amount of work that must have gone into doing.
Yeah,
that's
good.
At first, I was like, oh my god, look how many people they got on before I realised they green screen at least 90% of the crowd. But still,
It looks great though.
It looks incredible.
The completely unfeasible in real life venues,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the one
yeah,
under
yeah,
the bridge.
yeah.
You're like, great. Yeah. Here's the thing about Guitar Hero Live. It just works.
Yeah, right.
It just works. And I was a naysayer. And but that's the thing, you know, Mike. You can learn something from me. Aren't I great?
Oh.
It could change at any time. Guitar Hero's on top, Rock Band's on top. What's going to happen the next day? But, you know, you've always got to go, fair play, Xbox. You win this round. I'll embrace the 360 more and be a good citizen, a good gamer.
Sounds sensible at all.
But no, just a glorified walkie-talkie. In it, Mike. In it, Mike.
My proudest moment.
In it. Oh, hey, while we've been away, PT became the scariest experience I've ever had in my life. I can usually play for a bit. I had to get Steve round to my house so that he would take the controller and play it because I couldn't physically do it.
It was brilliant.
Yeah, for me as well.
I tried to stream it on the Ready Game Fire channel after PT was taken down from the PSN store and stuff. I played it for a second. A ghost came flying at me on my second loop around the house, and and to about 9 viewers, I freaked out and said, "I gotta go, guys! My mum's, I've gotta go. Dog ate my homework. I'll have the oven on. Bye."
I didn't even get to a scary bit. I just had to stop.
Dude, it's
I think
the
that was
most terrifying thing ever.
That was the best new game I played last year.
PT.
too.
Oh, it's worth
a
remembering.
lot of people would agree with
It
you.
was wicked.
And we can just thank our lucky stars.
It was-
Konami know when they've got a good thing
Yeah.
going, and they
That
won't
was
fuck
it.
it up for maybe a few more pachinko machines in Kyoto.
Pull out now. That's
Cunts.
Aw.
Pull out now is always
Yeah.
is my life advice.
yeah.
Sex. Do you get it?
Yes. Oh, well, actually, what I was. I get it.
I get it.
What I was saying was actually the nice thing about Guitar Hero Live was at first I thought it was the whole game, right? I thought the whole game was going to be in front of the live audience, but actually it turned out to be just a really nice campaign. Like
Yeah.
it's not too long.
I've not finished it yet.
It's great. I love going all the different settings.
I've not done Ginger. I've not met Ginger Douche yet.
Playing through all the different bands. There's a really weird set that people make fun of, which is. And all the sets are a bit themed as well. So my
Yeah.
favourite one was when you're the folksy band and you play Imagine Dragons, you play Mumford and Sons. That was my favourite set.
Who?
'Cause they're
You play who?
Mumford and Sons,
And
Imagine Dragons.
so Mumford and Sons.
No, they're different bands. And
yeah, Steve.
there's one-
They're different
Ah.
bands.
there's one that's DJ
Fantastic.
that has Skrillex and Eminem in one of them. And of course people say, well, why the fuck didn't they just put the DJ?
What's
back
that
in there?
Imagine Dragon song? I will be here when you come back here.
No. He's always so mean to my favourite things.
What do you mean? I'm slagging off dragons here and singing Mumford.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, I
One of
will
my
tell
favourite
Ted.
I don't know where Ted is. I know
Ted's
I
the
like
bassist.
this. Yeah, no one likes the bassist.
Oh.
You see,
Yeah,
Edward's
Mr.
bassist.
Yeah, man.
look, don't bring hiatus into this.
Oh, everyone hates Paul McCartney. Actually, Paul McCartney's not because John Lennon.
Um,
But still.
Anyway, that ginger guy's face was the thing that came to my mind when I thought about Guitar Hero Live prior to its release. You know, he's got the little Macklemore haircut, the ginger beard, and he looks at you and he goes, "Come on, man, stop sucking and start shredding," or something.
Ugh.
It was also cheesy. I loved it.
Oh my god,
I
it just
loved it.
works.
Yeah.
And have you seen clips from the new Need for Speed game?
I
Same
haven't.
shit. Live action. It seems. Here's the new thing. Oh, there was a little bit of talk of VR. No.
Yeah.
The new thing
Live
is
action.
live action video again. The cutscenes.
it's
Back.
Kyle Katarn from Jedi Knight. He's going to make a comeback now. Live action video, FMV, cutscenes are back. The same thing in Need for Speed. It's like, kill a race today, brah. They hold up their hand for a fist bump and your video hand pops up and goes, book. But
It knows it's cheesy.
I think it's great. It works. This is the minorest of nitpicks. I wish it was a little bit more less. I wish it was. I wish it was a bit less obvious when you go from good
Yeah.
to bad, because it kind of blurs and all of a
I
sudden.
was disappointed when I first read that it was an obvious transition. I guess I can't. How else the hell?
It would have
could
been
they
really
done
tough for
that?
them to do, but maybe like a camera pan. That's a good way they
That's
hide that
right.
in,
Yeah,
in TV and film, like a quick pan, and then it's
watched
also an edit in there as well.
I watched a good video about Birdman the other day that showed all the parents. and I
Birdman's-
just kind of forgot it was all one shot,
mad.
and you forget how many times they do cut and how good those cuts are.
Finally, Birdman and Whiplash, the drumming double that I've been waiting
They
for.
are.
My whole life came out at the
Yeah,
same
they just
time.
pan past people in Birdman. There's just a guy drumming in the corner.
It's
Isn't
what
there?
Boyhood needed. More drumming.
More drumming. Oh,
The drumming and whip,
no
they're
one
great.
can
They're
argue against
walking
that.
outside in Birdman. The drumming, it's really good.
It's class in it, Birdman.
Yeah, Guitar Live is great. And
But yes, so I thought of that, but then I played the game myself, and it reminded me of playing Guitar Hero and Rock Band back in the day.
really did for me,
getting
yeah.
a genuine feeling of the crowd are cheering in it. It feels kind of nice, and I kind of fell in love with one of the bassists in the band.
Yeah,
She kept looking at me.
yeah, I think I know exactly what you mean.
No, well,
Back
yeah.
off, mate.
I liked
She's
her. I
mine.
saw her first.
my
I know,
God,
you
been
like-
living-
Women aren't possessions.
Look,
Women
I-
aren't possessions.
We will
They get to
peacock.
choose what they want.
We will peacock right now. I know you saw the game first, but I saw the girl first. Girl Hero Live. Me.
But I really did a lot of the characters in there. Of course, they're cheesy as fuck, but a lot of the bandmates I really liked. And in the Guitar Hero Live, it actually made me want to do well in the sets and get all. There were some trophies attached, of course, but it made you want to do sets. And at the end, you got the good and awesome. They have the same handprints they used to have on the old.
Yeah.
I used to have a sticker of the rock symbol on my Guitar
Nice.
Hero 2 thing, and it's the same.
Yeah, nice.
Like, I mean, it's crazy how they did. They were so new. They did the opposite of Rock Band. That's the beauty of these two games, right? Rock Band was the same. Stick what they know, do the exact same thing again. Not necessarily.
And now it seems so obvious to me.
Guitar
But
Hero
I
was
flying-
like change everything up and just lace these tiny little bits of nostalgia, and it.
I was
really
flying
worked.
the fanboy flag, and I just couldn't see. Well, as our good friend Steve Burns, Steve said in his review, it's like 3 or 4 outdated video game tropes in one, and somehow it feels fresh.
Yeah.
And it really feels like a brand new experience. Like, holy shit, I love the new guitar.
Yeah.
Although I've got to say, sticky buttons, and I looked that up. A lot of people's buttons are sticking. There are
Yeah,
fixes you
I'm
can do.
having some issues.
Yeah.
And
I've had a bit of calibration problems as well. Rock Band have
Yeah.
always had the best way of calibrating, i.e. you hear a sound or you see when to hit the green pad on the drums at the screen. And I don't know if it's a case of like the whole slide to unlock court case fiasco with smartphones, but Guitar Hero have got this weird calibration, whereas you move the slider like from the left to the right,
The bell,
and they're
yeah.
like, is the cowbell hitting in time with the light flashing white? And you're like, I can't tell. It's
Yeah.
so negligible looking at
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't know. And then you go into a game where you got to be precise, Twitch rhythm controls, and it's like, oh,
And
surprise,
especially
surprise, it's not
especially when you
calibrated.
take it online, there's always going to be a little bit of extra latency.
Yeah, but there was a calibrate
Wait.
while you play that did kind of sort things. Another thing I was rebelling about was the fact that a lot of people were online, you can't own your songs. Blah blah blah. I've got a Guitar Hero library, like I have a Rock Band one. It's nowhere near as big, but I'm like, you can't ever own your songs. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
But then
That was
in
not
one
well.
conversation with you in WhatsApp, I was like, Guitar Hero is shit now, mate. And you were like, blah blah blah. You can do this, you can do that, you can do this. Hey, did you know that you earn songs with credits by playing through
very naturally as well.
like blah 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 and this and that and then you went, hey, and 66 on Simply Games. I went, I'm ordering it.
Yeah, you really would. I'm glad you like it. I was a bit
So
worried you
funny.
were gonna. But yeah, so the Guitar
Well,
Hero.
I thought it's £100 in a lot of places,
Yeah.
and
Apparently
66
it's-
is a
yeah.
good
Well,
price
it's
for
below
it.
60 now, which is showing how it's not really working.
I was going to say that even though you earn credits by playing the television channels,
Yeah.
and as an aside, I am a huge fan of music videos.
Yeah.
And the TV channels, Guitar Hero 1 and Guitar Hero 2, that you can flick in between, I think are fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Playing along to music videos as well.
It's really good. It's
Like-
a really smart solution to not being
It mixes it up,
Yeah.
and it saved them filming a whole load of extra footage with those actors.
And it works.
But yeah, it works so well, and I've not minded whatsoever just flicking between the channels and playing the songs as they come on. So basically, if you don't know, it's like flicking between maybe MTV Rocks, as it's now called, and VH1 on your Skybox, but except you've got a Guitar Hero controller and you can play to whatever's on. That's how you earn credits to buy on-demand song plays from the catalogue, to buy new Guitar Hero powers.
And you own gold. And when you jump on, people are like already playing. So
Competing against scores as well in
Yeah,
every
it's
song
so
to
simple,
other
but
people
it's
playing
so
the
easy,
songs,
yeah.
and at the last minute you might take first
Yeah,
place.
yeah,
You're like, fuck yeah!
It's so simple, so easy, and you become hooked playing it through. And I've not found myself going to play the catalogue too much because I usually find a song I want to see on the channels I want to play, and if I do go across, I've got plenty.
Let me say, it's been out what a week. I've had it about a week now, and I've found myself going to the catalogue more in the latter half of that week because what I will say is, as much as I love the channels, the same songs are on all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Cherry Pie by Warrant. I'm looking squarely at you.
I haven't seen Cherry Pie yet.
Oh, I can't believe that. I'm always going, ugh. And it has, however, rekindled like a newfound love
It's the Discovery thing, right?
for me with Thunderkiss 65 by White Zombie. Yes, Guitar Hero 2 onwards, discovering songs I didn't know in the Guitar Hero or Rock Band games was always a pleasure. And Mike, it must have been extra pleasurable for you because that's where you found all of the music.
Absolutely.
It was all new.
Except Bumpers.
And you're like, all these bands came together to make songs just for this Rock Band game.
Such a
This
good
is great.
job.
Who's this Weezer?
Yeah, I hadn't heard of Weezer before Rock Band, so that's fine.
Is that true?
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's great.
Come on, man. No? Hash Pipe?
No.
Buddy Holly?
Well, okay, I'd have known the songs, but I didn't really know who they were.
Right.
Of course, I'd heard the songs, but I didn't have anything
no,
for Weezer
and you're
until Say It So, and then I was blown away.
And you're like, at the time, you're like, they got drums. I'm going to wait until a band comes along with a washboard. Or a broken robot who plays his stomach like a washboard.
So you like Guitar Hero TV more than Guitar Hero Live, Steve? Is that just because
I've played more TV.
Similar to what Chris said, I just like, I know, quite a fond memory when I was younger, watching a hell of a lot of music videos, music channels. So it's quite nice to just sort of dip in. I mean, I don't own it, so I've only played around Chris's. But yeah, it's fun. It's cool watching the video. Like it's actually even more entertaining now to watch someone playing it than it was, because it was always quite fun to watch. But at the same time, you're just watching the guitar thing. Whereas now it's fun to watch videos.
I'd never seen the Buddy Holly video before.
It's great, isn't it?
Really?
And the actor just died who plays Al from Happy Days.
That's a really good point. It's a good point and a bad point. Sometimes the video versions of songs are different. Say, for example, they had the Beastie Boys 3am Season 1 DJ. They would never. There's no guitar. But the video version for that song, completely different to the album version. Conversely, I noticed sometimes you're getting the shorter radio versions of songs.
Sure.
You know, not the album tracks, not the full versions, which is you obviously would in Rock Band. I was loving the whole dynamic at first, I've got to say. Now I'm thinking, though, maybe they should have charged a little bit less for the game because it's quite free to play. It's quite free to play. I'm spending. I've got a lot of plays backed up now because I leveled up and I'm very conservative with that kind of things in games. And now there's real money on the line, or the fact that you have to earn it on the line. Very conservative. I played a song so I spunked to play, and I'm like, oh my god. I was really concerned. I didn't want to fuck up. When I fucked up, I felt extra annoyed because I'm like, no, I paid for this kind of. You know what I mean? And you want to do really well. And then I was thinking, not that I ever went into training or practice mode, but the fact that you can't practice those songs, it feels quite, you know.
And it's weird because you can obviously the songs come on the disc, you can quick play in the Guitar Hero Live stuff.
Yeah, I've not really touched on that much. It's just quick play and it just takes you to that part from the gig.
Yeah, it's really interesting, right? But I mean, technically, the retail price is quite high, but we got up to like £66. When you think a guitar controller costs about £40.
No, we got a good deal, but I would say
that's about the right price for it, right? £65 should be what it's retailing at.
But maybe, like you were saying with Rock Band, just sell the guitar and have the game just a digital download. Yeah. Considering you have to install all these disc games nowadays anyway.
I personally to be fair, the amount of money they put into the Guitar Hero Live section, how much it cost to produce and to make, and to be honest, I actually quite liked the set list of that whole bit. That I think was probably worth 20. Should we say if it's 20 quid on top of your guitar? I say that's worth the price of admission, right?
Yeah.
But and then basically Guitar Hero Live is a free to play, enjoyable space.
You've got a clear sense of progression when you're in TV mode. Unlike Rock Band's old tour, go to this city, go to that city. There was a huge progression bar.
Fans or get some money.
There was a huge progression bar in Rock Band 3 regarding your fans.
Every time I go on there,
and there's none of that now. It really feels like a stripped down version, the new Rock Band. But in Guitar Hero, you level up, you unlock more stuff. It's very clear. You know what's going on.
Plates,
I was saying,
really nice.
New guitar, great, sticky buttons, but it feels new. It feels like it helps because it's brand new. You're learning a new thing. It helps to feel fresh.
Found it easier.
Really?
Well, I was always bad. Well, I was no good at Rock Band.
Keeps your fingers locked in place.
But yeah, I just struggled with like having to go down the 6. Was it 6 or 5? 5 frets or whatever. Whereas now, obviously, you can just keep your fingers on it.
And now even though you've technically got 7 button presses with the open frets drum, your 3 fingers are locked in place. You go up and down, but you don't ever have to look away from the screen.
Yeah,
why have they only just started doing the open frets drum? Like,
I don't
seems
really
like an
that,
obvious
one.
It
looks, and I poo-pooed that as well.
I
was like, that doesn't look that great. Although I will say, Mike, AA batteries on PS4. What's going on?
Maybe it's just more indicative of where I play games, unfortunately. But there was a trophy for getting playing for 10 days. For 10 days, I was going every day, and as soon as I was on TV, of course, I'd play a few songs and a few more.
It's addictive.
And then I got it, and I haven't played it as much, but I really enjoyed it.
So, what songs on? What songs on next? If it's a song you like, you go, one more.
And if not, or a song you don't know, and I'll be like, I definitely want to try this out.
But that's what watching music channels used to be like.
And I've never been a fan of watching music channels and music videos. I don't know enough of either.
And now
I've learned that Blink 182 like to get naked quite a lot. It's something I've learned recently.
I do.
It's kind of ruined the song for me. I didn't know they were just naked the whole time.
You should be over Blink 182 by now anyway. I'm joking. They've got some good songs.
Now I'm personally affected by it. Now they're running around.
Tom DeLonge's a prick, and their sense of humour is really juvenile. Those are the kind of things that, as an adult, Blink 182 weren't as effective for me as a kid. Fuck a dog in the ass, Steve. Remember when I played that to you? And I'm like, come on, mate, this is great. And you're like, it's not great, Chris. I was like, whatever, square.
Get out of my house.
I hopped on my skateboard and I did get out of your house. But even though this new casual approach with the new Guitar Hero is really working for them, now that I love it, now I'm begging for drums.
Yeah, that's the thing, right?
Now I'm begging for this. I'm begging for that.
Merge it, right? I mean, the new exciting experience of Guitar Hero with the Rock Band, all people like that is the dream game, and it's not going to happen. Because
you've got to bring your controller around.
Yeah,
but I hear 2-player is quite.
Yeah, you play the same track.
Same track, and nothing changes really. You can also plug in a mic and sing, but that kind of reminds me of. It kind of smacks of DJ Hero. Yeah. Hey, playing a mic and sing. Why not? Is it a full mode? Nah.
So they definitely. I think Guitar Hero Live is definitely a better game in terms of just what it is. It was focused, right? It was focused. They knew exactly what they were doing. I am
Captain Harmonix, and
It's funny.
Guitar Hero have won.
Hands down.
There's no
But they
getting away from it.
probably-
They've won this round. They
But
won it.
unfortunately, they probably both lost because the sales aren't
Yeah,
great.
it's looking
from
bad
what
for
I've
both. It felt too soon. I knew it was too soon. I knew it was
seen.
too soon.
Even I love it, it is too soon. Guitar Hero kicking off. They said there's been another 70 songs added to the TV library before December. So they're doing free plays over the weekend.
There's this little-
everything.
Yeah,
It's very smart, very cool.
it is very smart and it feels new. I'm not a huge fan of the fee to pay model, but it's working
I'm
for
always
me.
a fan of it
It's
somewhat.
really working for me. You can, because I told you this, Steve. You can, if you're having a party, you can buy access to the whole song catalog for like $3.99 for 24 hours. That's great.
Yeah.
That's really good thinking. And there's the Guitar Hero Premium area where
Oh, the shows.
you can either pay some real
Yeah.
money to play like 3 songs that aren't in the song library yet.
Oh,
They
yes.
will come after they've been in the premium section for a bit. They come out of that,
Yeah.
go into the song library, or you can get three stars in 3 random songs to get access to that. So I had 3 stars in
Yeah.
3 of the songs, and then I'm playing Eye of the Tiger, which isn't in the song catalog
Wow.
yet. So it's
And they've
really
got-
really
And
cool.
it feels like you've earned something. They got the new ones coming in. They've done a really smart job, and I kind of wish it was doing better.
Still, it feels like an accident.
It definitely it charted higher than Rock Band did. I think Guitar Hero Live came in at number 8 on the UK charts when it came out, and then Rock Band was like 18. So that kind of gives you an idea. That's still not great for either of them, but yeah, I think you can see Guitar Hero doing
FIFA
better.
number 1. Probably.
FIFA probably doing quite well. I'd
COD.
say. Yeah. FIFA
If
Destiny.
if FIFA came with a guitar controller, it would still sell
Right.
exactly the same. I hate you, FIFA.
So I'm worried about both of them, and it's a shame because live is really cool. And but the thing is, I play live. I probably will stop playing Rock Band 4. Of course, I'll play probably forever because
Both games
I'll
will
come back
grow.
to it.
Both games will grow.
I hope
Rock
Live
Band
will.
really needs to come a long way. Harmonix has said that Rock Band 3 songs will be available by the end of the year, which is good.
there's 2.
They don't know about 1 and 2. I doubt we'll see them. Although
Lego.
Hysteria from
They'll
2...
come because they promised it, but they won't come till next year. And
Like I said, it's the classic case these days of being punished for adopting early, which sucks. I love adopting new consoles and new games early, so I don't like being punished for that. I don't like spending maximum amount of money and not being informed of what I'm
Yeah,
buying,
I know.
not being informed of what's going on. Where's my adapter? So I mean, yeah, is it a good time for rhythm games at the moment?
yes and no.
It's
right?
it's a hopeful time.
It's
I'm
an
hopeful.
improvement.
Yeah, I think guitar.
well, they exist again.
I want to show Guitar Hero Live to everybody right now,
Yeah.
and
you want to show solos to
and I'm-
everyone else.
I was going to say, yeah.
and I'm less concerned with showing them Rock Band because they'll go, it's Rock Band, and it's great for me. I've got my new kit. I can drum.
Yeah.
It's got God Is the Sun by Queens of the Stone Age in there, which is a new track that I love. But yeah, I mean, Activision, those
Sneaky dogs.
heartless bastards and
Yeah.
freestyle games have come out on top.
Yeah. So Steve, what do you take away as a man on the street for rhythm games? You're a bit less hardcore than me and Chris would be.
The Rock Band solos are probably the first time I've laughed in a long time playing a computer game.
This ball too.
It just made me laugh.
That's what I was going to say. Since Portal.
And then Guitar Hero 1 is it's cool. It is really good.
Yeah.
Like, the sign of it is I'd actually be up. Like next time I come around Chris's, I'll want to play it again because I want to see. It's fun to just play. Like I say, it's like
Yeah,
it's better than throwing on a music
Yeah,
channel,
right.
which is what we end up doing a lot anyway. So and so yeah, that's got to be a positive, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, I have no interest in playing rock. Like rock bands are good because we get to meet up with some of our mates we don't see very often.
Yeah.
That's the best thing about the Rock Band nights.
The Mario
Whereas
Maker can as well.
the Guitar thing,
I mean,
Interesting, right?
the takeaway from it is, what am I going to go away from this podcast and recommend to people? Guitar Hero Live. And that's all you really need to say. And that is the end of the return of the Ready Game Fire podcast. Thank you so much for coming back and spending some time with us. You know where to find us. It's iTunes, it's Spreaker, it's Stitcher. You can leave a review on iTunes and it helps us out. It helps more people discover us. If you think that's a good thing, then by all means go for it. Please talk to us. We want to hear from you on Twitter.
Yeah.
On Twitter, on Facebook, we're Ready Game Fire. If you want to email us, it's readygamefire@gmail.com. Thank you once again to the Minibosses for being the backbone of RGF and providing that hard-rocking video game soundtrack that is our intros. We wouldn't be as amazing as we are without you guys. Thank you for that. And it's a goodbye from me, Chris Fox. Bye. A goodbye from Mike Power.
Ready to fight!
And a goodbye from Stephen Edwards.
goodbye.
Thanks very much, everybody. And remember, we're Ready Game Fire, and you're not.